All right, welcome everyone to the Fast Family Racing League Trucks at Daytona. Tonight, we are back with the first race of Season 4. This is the third 30-week regular season, fourth season, including the Summer Series you guys saw just a couple of weeks ago. We are here with the opening race of the season. You'll be seeing the Truck Series at Daytona for the first points race for these guys. Some newcomers to the series, so you'll see some rookies towards the back of the field, some old seasoned veterans of the series back yet again for another full season, and some familiar faces from the Truck Series last year having their second season. So an interesting field, first points race, a lot of emotions, a lot of anxiety, but it'll be an awesome race to watch. We have 100 laps for you tonight under the lights at Daytona. These guys qualified a couple of weeks ago. You see Chris will be your pole sitter. He got the pole on time. That'll be the number 70 truck on the inside there. On the outside, Puzzle Nose was your outside row pole sitter. Little bit of broken apart there on this first lap, but they are underway. Looks like the 70 truck is going to take the lead there. Looks like the Puzzled Nose is going to settle in the second. These guys coming down the back stretch into turn 3. Looks like the 53 truck of Jersey Devil will settle into the third position. These guys getting single file early. What a smart move, because it's a long race. So these guys don't want to get too crazy too early. Looks to be about a 7 trucks line. Couple of stragglers in between them. It's like the 3 of Expert Racing is going to be on the outside there trying to make something work, but he is all by himself. He's going to fall back a little bit. 66 of Slushy is going to move into that 4th spot. We also got the 16 of KR behind him. Couple more trucks joining this front pack there. Let's see if we can get a look back. You can see, looks like we got, it looks like almost the whole field is coming back to him. So a little bit of separation there early, but these guys getting in line, forming up, catching this lead pack. Right now we're on board with the 66 of Slushy, one of your Truck Series veterans. This is actually his third season with the Truck Series. He competed in the summer as well as season 2, so he's definitely one of those veterans. Along with the guy in front of him, Jersey Devil, almost made the Final Four in season 2, looking to rebound this year. Has yet to get a win in the Truck Series, but we are very confident that he will get one this season. Back here in the field, KR, another one sitting in that 5th spot. He's another one of those Truck Series veterans, his 3rd season. Behind him, Expert Racing. This is his 2nd, as the Summer Series was his 1st season with us. So he is, I'm sure, excited to have a full 30-week season as we've got in front of these guys. Cannot wait to see what they can do. Let's move back a little bit farther. Looks like Arkham Boss is going to have an engine issue early in this one. Not what you want to see in the first race, but that's why we have a long season, so you can rebound. Looks like we got the 84 truck of Odd Coast here. It looks to the high side. Maybe something will happen. Nothing does there in that 84 truck. His 2nd season with us. Summer Series being his 1st. He didn't run the full season in the summer, so this will be his 1st full season. Can't wait to see what he can do. behind him, it looks like we're now on board with the 77 truck of Johnny. Johnny has been with us for a season. He was in season 2, but did not participate in the summer, so he's back with us. Glad to have him. We're now on board with the 58 truck, Walmart Ricky. Used to know him as Bark X Ranger. This was his, and he looks like he forces 77 truck down there a little bit. But everyone is back to it. Not sure if he got loose there, but yeah, this is his second season with us. So can't wait to see what he can do. And here is the 86 truck, a Watt Racing, a winner last season in the truck series, first season with us in the summer. He got 1 win at Martinsville, so we wish him lots of luck and hope that he can get some more this year. So definitely one of the guys to watch. Here is Fast Seabass in the 42 truck. Kind of dropping off to the rear. Looked like he might have gotten wedged out a little bit. Oh, one truck in the wall up there. Little bit of wiggles. But Seabass looking strong right now. Just kind of settling back, waiting for the race to come to him. Not jumping out too early. Ooh, somebody getting on the apron there a little bit. I believe that's that happened just behind one of our rookies in the series. We're running on board with 82 of Iraq Vet. So he is one of our rookies. Passed his tryout a couple of days ago, so he is making his first ever start in Fast Family Racing League. As it looks like he's trying to make something work on the high side. Nothing doing there. And he drops back down in line. Maybe not. Yep. The 84 truck giving him some room. Here's another one of our series rookies. He looks like he's fallen off the pace. It's Jay Latour in the 22. So just trying to log some laps in his first start, not get too crazy. We wish him good luck this season as well. Back on board with the 16 of KR there, sitting in about the 6th position. Everybody else kind of single file, nobody trying to make some moves to the outside just yet, just kind of settling in. And here's our third and final rookie of tonight, the 15 of Mr. Sideswipe. So he's kind of sitting at the tail end of the field, doing a good job, just trying to feel it out. Oh, a little bit of contact there between the 16, somebody else. But it looks like some trucks are jumping to the high side there. Trying to make something work. 15 and another as he pops back down in the line. A little bit of space now between those two packs. Looks like you got about a 10 truck pack and another 4 or 5. Yeah, it looks like we have a guest joining to the booth. So we saw him take the first lap there and then had early trouble. Arkham Boss, you got me?
Yeah, I got you, man. That was disappointing. We went to go, and as soon as we went to go, the shifter broke, and I couldn't go anymore.
Yeah, it's a tough break, especially, very early in the first race of the season. But as we mentioned earlier on in the broadcast, it's a super long season, 30 different points races, 30 different tracks. So even though it kind of stinks that you ended your day early, plenty of time to make it up. Plus, you had a ton of incentive points coming into this season, so that's definitely going to help, is it not?
Yeah, definitely. The incentive points is what I'm banking on. Hopefully, it will, put me in a little bit better position so that we can move on to Dover. But it sucks for the guys, it sucks for the team, and just have to move on.
Absolutely, you got to pick your head up and get focused for Dover. So you're going to join me in the broadcast booth, which we are very fortunate to have. As you guys saw, we have a new leader. The 53 of Jersey Devil has taken the lead from our pole sitter, the 70 of Chris. So, new leader, and these guys are getting back into that single file train again. And it looks like we got 2 packs forming up here. We still got that one big pack there in the front, but then several trucks falling off the pace in the back. But we're gonna follow this main pack here. There's a couple of trucks wiggling a little bit about. A couple of them popped into the high lane there. Nobody's been able to make a successful high lane run yet, but as I say that, looks like a truck went in the wall there. Another one into the wall. Not sure what that was about. Maybe some draft effect, but it definitely was got a little wild there for a second. 53 still in the lead. 64 still tucked behind him. 3 of Expert Racing trying to get under that 64. Nothing there. Couple of trucks going to the high side now. It looks like we got 4 trucks now. Almost 5. It looks like somebody got shoved in the middle. So 3 wide there for the moment. Back to 2. He's going to settle in line. That looked to be one of the rookies. Yeah, that was the rookie of Mr. Sideswipe there. Scary moment in the 15. But we have a strong outside line now, Arkham.
Yeah, man, I'll tell you what, I'm kind of fortunate to be up here in the booth with you and actually kind of excited to see what these guys do. It's taken a lot of pressure off of me, not me being down there and being in this situation right now.
Absolutely. You can, while we have you here, you could give us a little bit more of an insight of, how you prepared for this week and, maybe what those drivers are feeling.
Well, yeah, to be honest with you, I didn't have much preparedness since looking at, believe it or not, in my team, I am the only truck driver so far. So it really was lacking in the team aspect there, but I knew that I probably would have had a good pit strategy with my crew chief and spotter, and unfortunately, the mechanics didn't make sure that all the parts were working right.
Yeah, I mean, you definitely brought up a good point that a big part of being successful, it's all about teamwork, and especially at a place like Daytona, where teamwork can make you or break you. It's definitely much harder on a person such as yourself that's, essentially on a single, you're on a bigger team, but you basically feel like you're on a single car team in the truck series until you get some teammates. So definitely tough on you, but yeah, these guys are definitely going to want to lean on their teammates, definitely going to want to work together with those guys. And even as we've seen many times in real NASCAR and in this league, manufacturer alliance. Did you at any point in this race or even beforehand have a discussion or think to yourself, if I'm perchance a Ford, am I going to work with other Fords even if they're not on my team?
Oh yeah, definitely. I was gonna work with as many Ford friends that I had out here tonight, because if you remember during the summer series or the summer part of the league that we had this year, I was a Toyota, so it was definitely different to be switched to a Ford, and I wanted to see how that would run tonight, and unfortunately, I guess I'll have to wait until Dover, I believe.
Absolutely, and as you mentioned, Toyota, we have a new leader, the Toyota number 66 of Slushy, taking his first laps around in the lead. So pretty cool to see him out front. A little bit of a shuffle in the pack. The 86, I believe. Let's see if we can get on him real quick. Of Watt Racing, there he is. sitting in second. Haskell to Rascal, a Truck Series driver from last season, sitting in third. And then we have our previous leader, Jersey Devil in the 53, in fourth. So a little bit of a shakeup here. Arkham, give me a little bit of insight here as we're nearing the end of stage one. How important do you think these guys are going to hold stage points?
Stage points are going to be very important tonight, Sled, and let me tell you why. Last year, being a driver in the Summer Series, stage points proved to be my death in the Summer Series. I didn't have enough points to make it on to the next round in the playoffs, and it was because of stage points. I finished good, but these guys are going to go crazy here at the end of the stage just to get stage points. We may find ourselves in a big one early as they're getting wild now, Slide.
Absolutely. Yeah, those guys just hit 2 to go in the stage, closing pit road, and it's going to be a wild finish as you see guys trying to make it on the high side. You mentioned stage points, really important. A lot of people don't think about it early on. They just think about getting wins, getting good finishes in the first couple of races, but every single point matters as you get closer and closer to the playoffs. I know it's pretty far along now in our first race of a 20-race regular season, but you got to start thinking about the playoffs now. Race 1, let's get some stage points.
And here's another factor to add to it. Let's say you win tonight's race, you're already in the playoffs. You already got a berth, right? So it's kind of like, I'm sure it's tough on these crew chiefs and drivers. Do we want to go for the stage points and lock into the playoffs on points, or are we going to try to go for the win tonight, get the playoff berth out of the way, and then just worry about the rest of the season? So we'll have to see what these drivers do tonight.
Absolutely. As we're coming down the back stretch, 66 is still your leader. We're coming to the green and white checkered flag. We're about to see who is going to be the first stage winner of season 4 in the Fast Family Truck Series. Looks like the 86 poked his nose out there. Is he going to make a run to the line? And the 66 of Slushy is going to win his very first stage in the Fast Family Truck Series, and he's going to do it in the first stage of season 4.
Jeez, man, what a heck of a driver he is, and coming in here winning the first stage at Daytona, the world center of racing. That's got to be something, but he's got to remember, he can't let it get too hot in his head. He still has 2 stages left.
Absolutely, and it must be definitely an exciting feeling. I remember my first stage how excited I was because, the ultimate goal is, you want to win a race and eventually a championship, but it all starts here. Winning a stage, showing, hey, I can do this, I'm going to work my way up, and guess what? Slushy just got the first playoff of the season. Doesn't sound like much, doesn't sound important, but as you found out as a playoff driver yourself, playoff points mean a ton, even more than stage points. So congrats to him there. But we are going to go green here for stage 2.
Oh, what didn't
looks
go?
Like, no, it looked like a couple of trucks.
Somebody didn't go.
I have no idea what just happened there. It looked like Johnny, I guess somebody ran out of gas there right at the line, and that kind of stacked things up.
I tell you what happened there exactly, Slide. They probably had a miscommunication with their crew chief on when to come and pit, if they should pit at the end of the stage, and they totally forgot that they were out of fuel, Slide. I bet you that's what happened.
Yeah, and that definitely was wild, but the good thing is those trucks that were out of fuel were able to get out of the way before somebody wrecked, so we didn't have a caution, which is good. The guy that pretty much benefited everyone was Watt Racing in the 86. He was able to get the lead out of all of that. It looks like Puzzle Nose in the 64 got second, 66 of Slushy in third.
Haskell to the Rasco is sorry, Haskell Dove Rascal is one of the drivers, unfortunately, that I think ran out of gas. He's really slow here on the, is this the back stretch or front stretch? I can't quite
Yeah, the
tell.
backstretch here.
Tough break for him,
That's
but
unfortunate. Yeah.
at
But
least
this is stage 2. You know, he can work his way up and get back here for stage 3. The real important one is, looks like Slushy gets moved out of line there, and the 53 of Jersey Devil's going to take the 3rd spot. Oh, truck in the grass.
oh man, that was close.
He gets back on. Yeah, that looked very bad there for a second. Whoever that was able to get back on track. Okay, you see another truck going to push Haskell the Rascal. So both of those trucks are going to go a lap down here.
They're going to go more than a lap down, but you know, the way that these races play out and stuff like that, we all know that super speedways are proved costly to have big wrecks, so maybe, just maybe, they'll get enough cautions to get those laps back, but right now, the way that they're spread out, it doesn't look like we're going to have a caution anytime soon.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's definitely been a tough battle up front here. We have the 3 of Expert Racing moving into the top 5, as well as KR. And it looks like this pack is kind of broken up just a little bit. A little bit of wiggling and changing positions. A couple of more trucks falling off the pace there. It's like we got about, I would say, 9 or 10 in this lead pack. You can still see there's those 2 that one ran out of gas, the other one pushing. They're gonna go another lap down. This definitely is gonna put those guys in a hole. Looks like the 53 truck of Jersey Devil is going to move into the 2nd spot. He's going to get around Puzzle Nose. He's going to be on the back bumper of Watt Racing. Arkham, if you're Watt Racing right now, you know, what is your biggest concern?
For Watt Racing, let's see if I can get to him here. My camera crew is a little bit slow in this area, but
Open again. Y'all gotta latch the door.
for Watt Racing, I would say, you know, his biggest struggle would probably be to not make any wrong moves, because as soon as he makes a wrong move, that just opens the door for other drivers.
Absolutely. Yeah, for him, you know, we saw that these guys were able to make the entire stage without pitting. So we don't have to worry about fuel saving or tire saving. So right now, you know, I would just stay glued to that yellow line and watch if somebody trying to make a run behind me.
Let me tell you a little something about the truck slide, you know, at this track, and you were talking about saving fuel. A lot of these guys, if you start to see them going slow, it's because they're only using half throttle. If you use half throttle, you start saving fuel, and you can make it for pretty much almost the whole stage.
Yeah, definitely. And I'm sure, you know, if I'm somebody like the 53 at Jersey Devil, you know, I'm not going to really push too hard here. You know, I'm just going to kind of save fuel, half throttle it in the draft, because, you know, unless you have any help on the back end here behind you, you know, there's no, you know, it's still early to make a run like that. So these guys are just going to be pushing and saving fuel in the draft. No reason to tear up your equipment.
Oh, but he's got some competition in the 64 and the 3.
Absolutely, we're getting a high line now. Looks like Puzzle Nose, Expert Racing, and KR are all going to move to the high side. A little bit of pinching, 3 by 3 here. Still nobody's race yet. It looks like side by side in the lead. It's going to be too close to call, but I think Puzzle Nose actually led that lap.
Yeah, he did. He got a nose out in front of the, is it the 86 there? I had
86 of Watt Racing.
Yeah, and now it seems like that high line's going away. they tried it for a while, it worked, and they may remember that for the end of the race.
Oh, and it looks like the 15 was out of shape there. Mr. Sideswipe, our rookie, definitely out of shape. We see the Haskell the Rascal is back on track. He's got some fuel in his truck. He's ready to go. Not sure if he's going to be able to get out of that hole, but we'll see as we're back to the lead pack here. A little bit of shuffling between the 16 and the 3. Oh, contact. Like the 3 shoved the 16 into the wall there. Not sure what that was about.
The 16 is KR is the driver, and the 3 of, I believe, Expert Thief?
Expert Racing.
Expert Racing, sorry.
Number 3 truck. Yeah, I don't know what that was all about, but definitely some contact between those two drivers. That's going to leave the 16 all by himself. A couple of drivers holding up, or not holding up, but trying to catch up, pushing each other. We're hearing the 3 actually is going to be getting a pass through here because that move was going underneath the yellow line. So, you know, we haven't talked about it much yet in this race, but the yellow line rule is going to be a big one in today's race.
Yeah, back in the summer league, we had a controversy at the beginning of the truck race as well, but that was at Talladega, so you never know. Lightning can strike in the same place twice if you don't watch it.
Well, we've seen 2 races in Fast Family, one in points and one in a non-points race, get decided by that. You know, in the last lap, somebody gets shoved under the apron or goes underneath the apron to pass, and they get the win stripped from them. So it's definitely something we see happen in a plate track race as opposed to other races. So we'll definitely keep an eye on that today.
And would you say that Daytona, or being in the super speedway, do you think that it's more of being patient than trying to, you know, be aggressive early? I mean, what's your take on that, Sled?
I mean, that's the crazy thing about plate tracks is that, you know, there's a million ways to approach it, and you know, I've actually, you know, tried both strategies, you know, and having variable success. You know, some people like to get aggressive early and like to get out front and lead, you know, get right out where what racing is right now and just, you know, be the control truck, right? And then other people like to sit back and be conservative. So some of those drivers that we saw pull off the pack early, you know, they're just trying to stay out of trouble and be there at the end. So, you know, there's 2 ways to look at it. You know, the guys that stay in the back, they're waiting for the big mistakes, the big wrecks to happen and then capitalize at the end. The other guys, you know, want to be out front and maybe try to stay avoiding all of that from the front, but we've seen the accidents start right at the front, so sometimes that doesn't always work. So it's definitely, you know, different ways of looking at it, but I'll tell you from a driver's perspective, the big thing you definitely do have to have in super speedways is patience.
Yeah, looking at this second pack here, as Fast Seabass tried to come down in front of the 16, that didn't quite work out well, but he was pushing the number 58 truck really hard. I think they were going somewhere until that latest accident happened.
Yeah, and it looks like we're watching the leaders here, and it looks like we're getting a few lap trucks, or soon-to-be lap trucks, coming up to the leaders. So a couple of people going a lap down early. One lucky person's going to get their lap back at the end of the stage. So we'll see.
Man, that's a rarity, Slide. Lap cars at super speedway track. I don't know if I heard of that before. Anyways.
Absolutely, yeah, right? Here we are. Looks like we just hit lap 14 of 17. So we're going to have 4 laps to go here. We're nearing the end of stage 2.
42. Wow, that was really close to getting a penalty, but I don't think he could have hoped it there. He didn't pass anybody, so that's good. But he's going up into the wall.
Oh, and we're seeing a change for the lead here. The 53 of Jersey Devil goes high. Looks like he's got a lot of help behind him. Pretty much almost everyone on the racetrack leaving Watt Racing out to dry. 53 will take the lead. He's got 2 wide and 3 wide behind him. Now settling out the 3. Expert Racing is going to take that second slot, and it looks like the 70 of Chris is now going to get hung out to dry. Well, maybe he's going to get pushed from the rookie who's a lap down. And everyone will get back and settle in the line here. But a shakeup at the lead.
Yeah, that's going to be really interesting to see if these lap down cars, they're still trying to focus on their own race, but it will be interesting to see if some of the lap down cars will help some of these lead cars to push them back up to where they were.
Yeah, it's definitely a factor sometimes. We'll see where the 15 will go. A little bit of shake up there at the front. Looks like the 3 tried to make a move. Nothing doing there. Pops back in line. 70 pulled out of line. Chris is getting a little help from the rookie, Mr. Sideswipe, who's a lap down. Those guys are making some hay on the top side here. Kind of hanging with the pack, but unfortunately, that 4-truck pack will eventually, beat them. But unless somebody else goes up there, it looks like the 3 tried to pull out again. Nothing doing again. He's going to pull back in line. 53 is still your leader.
Hey, man, it's almost supper time. You might want to get yourself coming in this direction.
Yeah, the 53 getting a little chaotic there in the front. Man, he's trying his best to hold on to the lead here, but I tell you what, if they can get that high line working and they can get a few more trucks to jump in front of them, they may have something to go to war with.
Well, they're gonna have to do it now as we just crossed the white flag of the stage. Watt Racing, the 86 pulled out there. He's got help from the 70. He's got help with the 3. 3 pulls out, 53 goes to cover up, misses it. The 3's on the bottom, but there's more trucks on the top. It's going to be a side-by-side finish here.
Yeah, the 53 trying to get help, but now we got more trucks on the low side now, and it looks like Jersey Devil.
Expert Racing is going to take the lead here.
Yeah.
The 3 truck is going to come to the line. He noses out the 64. The 3 truck of Expert Racing.
Wow.
Is going to be your stage 2 winner.
Man, and these are some quick stages too.
Yeah, and some crazy racing to boot. That was a great stage, and that was 17 laps. So our last stage should be roughly 58, 57 laps. So Arkham, this is where the money's made, obviously, in stage 3, but also this is going to be where we're going to have to see some green flag pit stops, because you will not be able to make it all the way.
No, you will not be able to make it all the way, and this is where we may see some rivals too. We were talking about the manufacturers, helping each other out. I tell you what, when it gets 5 to go, that's not going to be the case, Slide.
Absolutely, and we saw some moves at the end of that stage. Expert Racing with an excellent move to get underneath Jersey Devil, fake him out. But we definitely saw having help really made the difference too. Where will your competitors go? As it looks like Puzzle Nose in the 64 is actually going to get the lead here out of pit stops, and he's going to take us to the green flag for stage 3.
Yeah, it definitely is getting a strong restart there as all the trucks are together, but we'll see how fast they all separate as they're getting wild. Wow, that was close.
Yeah, definitely some shuffling. Is now at the end of stage 3 here, we're going to have all of the trucks back together, lapped or not. Here we go. Down into turn 3, we got a 64 truck still in the lead, 86 of Watt Racing in second, 70 of Chris in third.
I tell you what, I know it may be a little bit too early to pick our drivers here, but I'm looking at the 70 of Chris here. He is really being patient. He's taking what this track and the racers around him is giving him. And he may be a truck to see at the end of this thing, Slide.
Absolutely. He has been patient. He is a winner at Michigan, so not a plate track, but a similar to plate track, ton of speed. So we've seen him be very patient in the past and find success. He was your regular season champion last season, so I would expect something out of him here. Another guy I'm looking at who has been quiet but up front all night is the guy that's leading the race right now, Puzzle Nose in that 64 truck. He hasn't made quite a bit of noise. He's kind of just hung there in the lead pack, but it's the third stage and he's out front now. Time to get to business. It looks like all of the trucks in the whole field now caught up in a single file line on the bottom. Arkham, when do you think we're going to see a significant outside lane?
I don't really think we're going to see outside lane until the end of this thing. I think they're going to go single file until they get to about maybe 10 laps to go or 5 laps to go. And once they hit that marker, then we'll start to see an outside lane form.
Yeah, absolutely. A couple trucks there peeking out in the back, but yeah, it's probably going to be a while before we see significant battles like that. Everyone's just trying to relax, get settled in. Any nerves that may be left from the first two stages out, and a little bit of maybe aggression from the first two stages, any frustration they had, get that out. Just settle in line, save your truck, and wait till the end here.
Yeah, definitely. As the 16, man, hanging on to it. Wow. That was an incredible save, man. I don't know if he hit the apron or got forced from behind, but he came back up, and that was almost a wreck.
Yeah, I mean, you could give us a little bit more insight on this, Arkham, about how the trucks behave in the draft, because I know it's one thing to be driving by yourself, but it's another thing to be in a draft pack.
2 trucks.
Two
they keep it
trucks
straight.
into the wall there. Yeah,
keep it
it's going to be
straight.
the 84 of Odd Coast and the 77 of Johnny. Both hit the wall there. They are, lucky that they did not go around there. I'm sure the whole field's happy about that, but that was almost an incident.
A lot of things that, you were talking about me giving you insight with the trucks and stuff like that. I'm seeing these guys bounce off the apron a lot. And when you hit that apron, it's almost as if you hit a brick wall. It stops all your forward momentum. And sometimes if you got a guy pushing you, that can be trouble.
Absolutely. And going back to what we were talking about earlier, these trucks behave definitely differently than anything else in the draft. So give us a little bit of insight on how it is to be maybe the 6th truck in line here.
Well, the one thing about being in line here, especially like 6th place and further back, you're actually saving some fuel because you're not out in front burning it all down. But a lot of times when you're in the draft, it's slightly, and you can tell me if you feel the same like in the Cup cars or Xfinity cars, but sometimes it makes you go a little bit more right than you want to. It kind of pushes you up the track sometimes when you get a certain amount of draft. I felt, but it's definitely a wild ride, I can tell you.
Oh yeah, I've noticed even in the Cup cars that when you get in a long line like this or even in the middle, your car can almost feel like not a 3,500-pound stock car, but more like a feather, just kind of bouncing all over the place, and you get air that pushes you here and there, and you have no idea that it's coming, and it can get crazy. So It's
Yeah.
definitely something to think about.
Yeah, but thankfully, you know, the all the safety devices that they put in these vehicles, trucks, Xfinity or Cup Car series, you know, if something does happen where they flip, generally, you know, 95% of the time the drivers walk out, you know, safe. So hopefully we don't have anything like that happen tonight, but it's definitely credit due to the safety that they put into these vehicles.
Yeah, absolutely. We haven't seen any big wrecks yet, but it is Daytona, so we could expect the big one coming up. As we saw the rookie Mr. Sideswipe go by, he's definitely not having maybe the night that he hoped, but he's logging some laps in his first race, and that's definitely an accomplishment on its own. As Puzzle Nose in the 64 truck is still leading this field. Giant field right now. Almost everybody. Oh, the 86 of Watt Racing gets on the apron there you talked about, and look what it does. And he gets a little help into the wall there by the 70 truck, who also seemed to have the same issue. So,
He
a little
he
bit
either
of craziness there.
he either had the same issue or he had nowhere to go. It was either one of those two things. But if you saw that he hit the apron, then that's definitely, I guess, what happened.
Yeah, not sure, because he was pushing Watt Racing there, and as soon as Watt went up, he almost went up. Maybe he thought that Watt was going to the high side to make a run, but instead hit the apron and went up accidentally, and then had to pull back down. But man, it looks like, never mind, that was a little bit of lag there in the back, but it almost looked like a truck went around there. But we're all straight here. But that's gonna move up the 3 of Expert Racing and the 53 of Jersey Devil to second and third place. The 70 of Chris in fourth, and it looks like the 58 truck is going to be rounding out our top 5. Alright, looks like a couple trucks thinking about making a high lane out of this. It looks like the 16 truck of KR is on board with that, along with 2 other trucks. '64 Seeger Leader, a little bit of wiggles out of the back of those guys. It's like a couple of they're still trying to maybe get a run there in the back, but 3 trucks versus 5 or 6 is not really going to work too well there, so they're going to need some help. Looks like everyone's settling back in line there. Single file for this lead pack. Green flag pit stops maybe coming up soon here. Little bit of shuffling back there. '68's getting in the wall a little bit. Oh, another truck in the wall. Everybody kind of getting separated here. I'm hearing there might have been a little bit of lag. Couple of trucks here side by side. Pack kind of broken up. We're back up at the lead pack though. It's like the 42 has slid into the 5th position. Jersey Devil in the 53 we're riding on board with in the 3rd spot. Expert in the 3rd, or in the 3 truck, sorry. Still in 2nd spot, little wiggling there. You can see a couple of trucks hooked up in the background there. We are now on lap 57, coming to lap 58 of 100 in this first points race in the Truck Series at Daytona, the first points race of Season 4. Who will be your first winner? We shall see. If you're watching on Twitch right now, go ahead and comment. Who do you think is going to be the first winner of Season 4 at Daytona? '64 is still your leader. Interesting to see how many people have been in the top 5. Different drivers switching positions here. The 53 is going to drop to the back of that pack. That's going to move 2 trucks up 1 spot. It's like the 86 of Watt Racing popping out of line. Looks like we do have a couple people commenting here. Unknown user says Expert Racing is going to win tonight. Well, he has been up front all day long, so I wouldn't be surprised as he actually cycled to the lead here. Looks like some teamwork there. We'll pop up to him. Yeah, those 2 guys up front are teammates, so maybe some strategy there. It looks like Isaac Moody says Jersey for sure. Jersey Devil in that 5th spot right now. He's been strong tonight. It looks like Extreme Shocks, one of our cup drivers, says Jersey is going to pull this one out for MSJ Racing. He is definitely the veteran of the group of drivers on MSJ Racing, so we'll definitely see. So a couple of people saying Jersey Devil, one saying Expert, as we see a second pack forming. Those guys are catching this lead pack. They seem to be a little bit more organized. 58 truck pulling out, 42 behind him. They have help in the 53. It looks like there's going to be a run to the high side here. They can stay organized. The 3-on-2 will benefit them. They should be able, oh, and the 58 gets in the wall there. That's definitely going to hurt some progress. The 3 and the 64 are still going to hold on to it here. Looks like the 58 is going to fall back a little bit. He's going to fall back to that second pack. That's going to help the second pack come up here. But it looks like you got 2 drivers from 2 drivers versus 2 drivers, 2 different teams. Because I see the Expert and Puzzle are on one team and the 2 drivers behind him are on another. As that bigger pack behind them is coming closer. It looks like another comment. Morrow says Blur all the way. So he's talking about Blur Racing Team. They've been strong tonight. We will see how they do. And he's talking about Puzzle Nose and Expert. Blur Racing Team, the guys behind him, MSG Motorsports. Here comes that big pack that we talked about. They are here. Looks like they got a little bit disorganized getting there, but KR and Haskell to Rascal, I believe that is the 83. Yep, on the outside there. And looks like a couple trucks diving below the white line saying, hey, I'm coming to pit road. So that big pack caught them while these guys are about ready to go to pit road. So it's going to be interesting here. See some trucks drop off here off of 4. Here they come. It's going to be that whole first pack that we saw. They're all going to drop off here, led by Expert Racing in the 3. About 6 trucks there. We're going to pop back up to the guys that didn't stay out. There's an 86 of Watt Racing is going to drop off. Here's the 83 of Haskell to Rascal, followed by KR and one other driver. There's Iraq Vet is on pit road. Jay Latour is on pit road. Here's those 3 that stayed out. We'll see if they come to pit road this time. Nismo says as long as it's a Chevy. Well, it turns out there's a lot more Fords than Chevys in this season, as we see the top 3 now coming to pit road. But there's tons of Fords in the field, so we'll see how it all shakes out. And Toyotas have been leading for quite a bit. Morrow says how many laps left. We'll get a lap update for you once we get all these drivers out of pit road. But the last time we checked, we were about at 40 to go. So let's see. Let's catch on to the guys that pitted first. This pack is now led by Puzzle Nose. We'll see how these guys come out relative to those guys we just saw enter pit road. They seem to be formed up a little wiggling here and there. It looks like Walmart Ricky in the 58 was able to catch these guys. 5 truck strong. You can see in the distance there was those previous leaders coming around off exit here as these guys are at full speed. We'll see if they're able to catch them. There's only 3. So we'll see how it's going to turn out here. These guys should get the momentum and be able to at least catch them. We'll see if they're able to make a pass. It looks like the 64 is going to drop to the rear of this pack. That's going to put the 50 to Walmart Ricky at the lead. They are going on the outside of these guys. A lot of momentum there, not surprising. Be very smart for them to be able to catch the tail end of this pack and get up to speed here. Looks like they're now clearing Haskell to Rascal there, and they're going to form the large pack. So that's going to put, let's find him, the 58 of Walmart Ricky is going to be leading for the first time tonight. Oh, and I actually stand corrected. A Nismo says as long as it's not a Chevy. So, well, the odds of that are pretty good. There's quite a few Toyotas and Fords in this field, so we'll see. But for the moment, the Chevy of Walmart Ricky is your leader. It looks like he gets shoved out of the way. The 3 of Expert Racing wants that lead back, but now we have a 4 versus 4 pack here. We're seeing some dicey racing, the 3 and the 58 side by side. The 83 wants a piece of it. He's going to shove it 3 wide. And it looks like the help behind him is going to have it. Ooh, the 58 gets put in the wall. He's going to go around. Doesn't collect anybody else, so everyone else is going to be clear. That's going to put 3 in the lead, 70 of Chris behind him. 53 truck of Jersey Devil going to be in line. I think now that we've gotten this far, I think it's about time for a Fast Family Crank It Up. we are back. I hope you guys enjoyed that first Fast Family Crank It Up of Season 4. So I definitely enjoyed it. I hope you guys did too. Didn't see any lead changes there. You saw Expert Racing still with the lead number 3 truck. You did see them entering some lap traffic. The 77 of Johnny pulled in front of leaders, wants to maintain his lead lap. We see another truck going a lap down there. We just saw first round of green flag pit stops. We'll see if we can get you guys a lap check, but I'm sure we'll see another round before this race is over. The drivers are currently on lap 72 of 100, which means that we have about 29 to go. It'll be 28 to go on the line here. All right, that'll be 28 to go. We'll definitely see green flag pit stops coming again, barring no cautions. So far, it's been a caution-free race except the stages, so pretty clean race so far. These guys doing a great job, but I'm sure as the race gets closer to the end, it'll get pretty dicey. Everybody kind of staying in line here. Let's kind of check out the rest of the field. You see that most of those drivers in the top group there. A couple of lap cars falling in line like we just saw the 84 Odd Coast do. 77 of Johnny as well falling in the rear of that pack. Here's Walmart Ricky. We saw an incident with him getting into the wall there. He's hanging out in the back. Here's Watt Racing, the 86 with 42 of Fast Seabass. They are working together. We're back with this very large pack. A couple of guys maybe popping out of line here. Haskell takes it really wide in that 83. He falls back in line. Couple of rookies. Jay Latour and Iraq Bet hanging out, working together. Good to see them turning some laps tonight. Mr. Sideswipe, the other rookie. So he's got some damage on that truck. Definitely from an incident earlier in the race. Back up here to the lead. Looks like we have 2 trucks, maybe 3. Thinking about making it too wide here. Oh, 3 wide actually. And a little bit of contact there. Still contact. It's like the outside line kind of died a little bit there. Maybe another truck going up there to see if something can work. Still quite a few trucks on the bottom, not going to be super successful yet. Like the 77, the 83, the 66 up there. We see Slushy back in the lead pack. Like the 77 actually popping in front of the leader there, so that outside lane worked pretty well. Although they did lose 1 truck with him popping in a line there as they come up on some lap traffic. believe the 3 truck of Expert Racing still your leader. The 77 barely holding on to the lead lap. 70 and 53 working together on the bottom. 83-66 on the top. It's like the 77 doing a great job to block whichever run is quickest. Great racing going on here. See a couple of drivers coming up to the field. Like the 77 is going to get put down the middle, as it looks like you forced the 83 a little bit into the wall there. Everybody gets straight. Coming up on the 58 of Walmart Ricky. It's like he's going to go all the way to the apron to let these guys by. Very smart. Oh, 53 looks like getting underneath the 70 a little bit there, but he lets his teammate back in line. Three still your leader. That outside line hanging tough. As I say that, looks like the 66 of Slushy makes contact with the wall. That's going to hurt the outside line. Him and the 16 of KR are going to lose some ground there. Looks like the retruck is going to pop into third place there. We have a new leader. 70 of Chris is going to take the race lead with his teammate 53 of Jersey Devil behind him. Looks like that was a smart play by the 3, as he's now saving fuel and tires, and he's got a teammate behind him. You got 64 Puzzle Nose in 4th behind the 3. Like the rookie Mr. Sideswipe is going to get out of the way here. Let the leaders by. See if we can get a lap check here. We just hit 19 to go. I'm hearing from race control. Ooh, it looks like Odd Coast is struggling there on the apron. We saw him go by, but 19 to go for these drivers. A couple dipping below the yellow line. You know what that means. This should be the final pit stop of the day for a lot of drivers. We're hearing the Odd Coast actually blew a tire there, so he's gonna struggle. He's gonna struggle back to pit road. There we go. We see 5 trucks coming down from the lead pack. Looks like 3 drivers are going to. 3 drivers are going to stay out here. The 66, the 16, and let's see if we can get a view on that first truck there. Can't quite tell. Oh, and looks like the 84 truck still stuck on the racetrack there. Not sure what's going on there. I believe that might be the 83. Ooh, a little bit of contact there as it looks like those two are coming down, the 66, 16, and the 83. Okay, all three of them coming down to pit road for their final pit stop of the day. Let's catch on to that other section of the lead pack coming off pit road. Like the 70 of Chris is going to have a little bit of a lead there over the other guys. Unfortunately for him, they may link up and get a run on him. We'll see here. This should be the final pit stop of the day for these guys. Let's see if we can find our current leader. There's the 84 Vodko, still struggling to get to pit road. And a couple of trucks coming off pit road as which should cycle out to be our leader, the 70 of Chris. All by himself is going to take the lead. Nobody barely in front of him, nobody behind him, but this will not last for about 16 laps. So he's definitely going to have to do something here to maintain this lead. We see a couple of trucks forming up in the distance. Everyone kind of spread out after that. You see Mr. Sideswipe, the rookie, coming off pit road for his final stop of the day. Like that 3-truck pack is definitely formed up now and catching our leader. Now it definitely would not be smart for him to try to block this pack. The smart defense would be to not give them the draft and then try to gain the draft. It looks like that pack is composed of the 3 of Expert Racer, the 64 of Puzzle Nose, and Chris's teammate 53 of Jersey Devil. So it's those same 4 that we've seen up front all day long. What will the 70 of Chris do? Actually, it looks like that pack is not going to take the momentum. They are just going to push him. So these 4 have linked up. Trucks behind them don't seem to be formed up back there. These 4 might be the ones to decide the race unless those guys can form up and catch this pack. Like the 3-truck of Expert Racer making a move underneath the 70. He definitely wants the lead, but the 53, his teammate's going to go with him. It's going to be a teammate battle here. 2 by 2 for the lead. If those guys in the back are going to get formed up, they will definitely be like to see this. That's 2 by 2 action, but they're going to fall back in the line here. I think 3 trucks hooked up back there, so these guys are pulling away. When will the 70 and the 53 make their move? We shall see. Like the 53 tried to do something there, nothing doing. He's gonna pop back in the line. Looks like the trucks behind them have also formed up. The three of them, everybody pushing to try to catch the lead. We'll see if those guys can actually catch these four. Yet to be seen. Depends on how much wiggling these guys in the lead pack are doing, because they are definitely doing quite a bit. As you see, the gap closes a little bit. If they can close that gap, these three could maybe use the run and catapult themselves out front. That 53 is definitely helping, pulling out of line there, and even these lap cars could play a factor. But if the lap car can file in with the lead pack, that would actually help them. So we'll see if that becomes a factor. But for the moment, these 7 trucks are going to be your lead trucks, and the winner quite possibly could come out of these 7, because it looks like that backpack is definitely more formed up as they are closing that gap very quickly. You see this front back's kind of wiggling. They're definitely going to get caught by these 3 trucks, so that's very impressive. Usually you think that lesser trucks does not help. Oh, and the looks like the 70 went to block, and it was a very bad one, because that definitely broke up those guys. They had the run going to the outside. Definitely not a smart move. The 70's going to go outside. With 53 is going to help his teammate out. Where will these other trucks go? It looks like for the moment they're all going to the bottom. 66 is slushy to the bottom. Like the 83 of Haskell is the slow truck there in the trial. 4 trucks on the bottom. Those 2 trucks still hanging tough. Looks like the 16 of KR kind of fell off there. Probably because of the calamity of that block. But still, nobody making a move. Still 5 trucks here. Or 6 trucks, rather, in this lead pack. Coming up on another lap truck. We'll see who that is when they get closer. But let's cycle back to our leader, who for the moment is the 3 truck of Expert. He's led quite a few laps today. I just heard from race control they're on lap 93 of 100, so only 8 laps to go. This race winding down, the first race of season 4 for these truckers. First points race of the season. Somebody is going to the playoffs tonight. A spot, a win, and you're in, assuming you make half the races and have the points to stay in contention throughout the season. You could get yourself into the playoffs. So that is definitely on the line tonight, along with 5 playoff points and a win. As we hit lap 94, 7 to go. You're getting very close to finding out who that person is, and it most likely, barring a caution, could be one of these 6 trucks. As we see the rookie Iraq vet on the outside in the 82. He is going down a lap tonight. Definitely not the best performance for him, but a first race, definitely always nerve-wracking. Good to run some laps and get settled in. Wish him quite a bit of success this season. Looks like the 70 pulls out of line a little bit. Nothing doing there. 53 is going to push him, but it's hard to take 2 trucks around 4. As we just hit lap 94, I believe, or 95. My apologies. 6 to go. And assuming these drivers hit the line without a caution, cautions will be off, and we will have our first caution-free race in our first race of the season, so that's pretty fantastic. Coming to the line, we'll be at 5 to go. Oh, one truck in the wall. Oh, he's gonna hit another one. And I just said it. I should have said it too soon because a yellow is out. How about that? I jinxed it just before we hit 5 to go. The caution comes out. And that's gonna stack up everyone. As traditional at Daytona, we usually see a wreck at the end, and there it is. We're gonna take a short break, and we'll be right back with the restart. All right, we are back. We're gonna be back with a green-white checkered here. The 3 of Expert Racing is your control truck. He's gonna be in the outside. You got his teammate, the 64 Puzzle Nose behind him, the 70 of Chris, and the 53 of Jersey Devil behind them. That'll make up your second row. Walmart Ricky was your pass truck. He's now on a lead lap. Green flag in the air. Like the 3 truck had a great restart there. He's gonna drop down below. 70 is gonna stay high there. 64 Puzzle Nose is gonna fall in the second. It's gonna be a green-white checkered, so by the time they come around, they're gonna take the white flag. Will we see a run this lap, or will we see something next lap? 70 of Chris. No, sorry about that. That was another truck. I think that was the 16 KR. Hopped out of line there. Oh, some contact there at the back of the pack. We will be coming to the white flag. White flag in the air. Who will make a move? Who will pull out first? Where will we see that move? All questions that'll be answered in 50 short seconds. Here we go. Move to the outside. 64 and 3 blocking. 86 trying to get up there. Bunch of trucks on the bottom. Couple people trying to make a move. Some contact. 64 goes to the high side, then looks low. A truck spinning through the tri-oval. And it's going to be Expert Racing in the 63, or the 3 truck is going to win the race. He's going to get his first win in the Truck Series. And that 3 truck of Expert Racing is going to be your winner at Daytona. He is going to punch a ticket into the playoffs, and he's going to get his first win here in the first race of the season. And momentarily we will get some interviews. So stay tuned for a few minutes. We will get some driver interviews for you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the drivers are joining the lobby as we speak. Getting all the drivers in here. We'll get some interviews going. As soon as I receive the results. All right, well let's get these going here. So I have, if the drivers could remember to include their audio. So I'm gonna start with 8th place. We have Walmart Ricky with us, 8th place today. So Walmart, you had some great runs today, but unfortunately there made some contact with the wall and ended up going a lap down by yourself. Got the free pass and ended up finishing 8th place today. So top 10, not a bad way to start the season. Tell us how your race went today. Hey Walmart, you got me, buddy? It looks like we may have lost him.
He don't say.
We're gonna move on up to 7th place. We've got Fast
Walmart's here, it
Seabass.
looks like.
I'm back. Yeah, I'm back.
Oh, there he is. All right, there we go. Did you hear my question there, Walmart?
No, can you repeat that?
All right, so you had some great runs today, and unfortunately had some contact there with the wall and ended up getting a lap down, but you got the free pass there. Ended up finishing 8th place, starting the season with a top 10. Not too bad. Tell us how your race went.
Well, it was going really good in the beginning. You know, we were having a lot of help from teammates and stuff, and then I even led a few laps there in the final stage, but then we got into a race incident. I don't know what happened, but the car just went around, had engine damage, but we stayed out until the normal pit stop that we were going for and managed to get that pit, and we would have been able to make it either way, but glad that caution came out so I could have gotten back on the lead lap.
Absolutely. Well, you didn't get a top 5, but definitely something to strive for next week. So good job on that. We got 9th place Slushy here. So Slushy, we saw you leading some laps there earlier in the race. You actually won your first stage ever in Fast Family Racing League. So congrats on that. You didn't get quite the finish that you may have wanted, but a absolutely solid day for you. Tell us how your race went.
The race was really good. Our whole team worked together phenomenally. Really, really proud of everyone. Yeah, the first stage was awesome. We had a good run. Freight trained him on the outside, and kind of rode around the back a little bit second stage, and had a really good run on the last lap. And our leader of our pack and our team got kind of put into the wall, which kind of wrecked my run, and it's fun. So that's how that went.
Well, definitely a roller coaster of a first race, as Daytona usually always is. So congrats to you on the playoff point, and we can't wait to see what you and some of the other veterans of the Truck Series have in store for the rest of the season.
For sure.
All right, now we're to 7th place, Mr. Fast Seabass. So, Seabass, you had kind of a quiet night. You ran up in the top 5 there for a while, though. Did get the 7th place finish, so some good points today. Tell us how your race went and what you maybe could have done to get a top 5 today.
I think what hurt me the most was the spitting on pit road during the first green stop cycle. That separated me from my teammate, and I was just like trying to survive the end of that stage there. I was working out all right once we got all back together. Tried to push Walmart Ricky to the lead there, and I made a mistake, put him in the wall. So it hurt the team overall, but no matter what, I still have fun.
Absolutely, that is the main part. It's definitely been a wild race for a lot of people, but the key is staying with your teammates, and issues on pit road can definitely do that to you. So congratulations on a solid finish in your first race of the season, and can't wait to see how you do in the rest.
Happy to be
All
here, man.
right, moving on to sixth place. I believe we have Chris with us. Chris, how did your race go after you kind of stayed in the top 5 for pretty much the whole night there?
Um, it was all right. Big thing about drafting at these tracks is you got to wait for your moment. And if you slow down, everyone else behind you is not ready for it, so it stacks up like dominoes. Um, Caused a lot of issues on the track. I've certainly made a few enemies now. That's not how I want my season to start, by making a few enemies. But once I started at Haskell, I really got him twice. That was my bad. But hopefully next race will go a little bit better, and I can walk home with a little bit more than a slight smile on my face.
Absolutely. Some wise words from your season 3 regular season champion. All right. Moving on, we have my phone messed up there. We got 5th place, Watt Racing. So, Mr. Watt, you had a strong truck today. You were another one of those that stayed pretty much around the top 5 all day long. You came home with the top 5. I'm sure, you definitely wanted the win, but a solid day for your first full season with us. So, congratulations on that, and tell us how your day went.
I appreciate it. Well, it immediately went horribly wrong because the car in front of me didn't go. Literally at the green flag start. So immediately kind of put me on edge, but somehow I was able to stay with the draft and then had my teammates with me. We did an amazing job stage 1, getting to the front, power moving up to the front. Kind of averted a crisis there. 1, 2, 3, that was awesome. Stage 2, I think I led most of the laps. Had fun just leading laps and being up front and showing that I'm not here to mess around. Just kind of got shuffled out. And then stage 3 was leading and hit that weird little glitch bump, whatever you want to call it, on the back straightaway. Kind of shot me up the track, and I was staying out of everybody's way. I'm not sure what happened below me, but Chris got into me pretty hard and hit me, put me up on the wall, and that kind of set the stage, or set the tone for the final stage. Just kind of riding around, trying to make sure I had enough fuel. I was running in 6th, 7th, and then thankfully that caution came out, and we had a good run down the back straightaway. I think we were making the move down the back to take the lead, and I think it was Puzzle came up to block a little aggressively, and I was on the side and kind of snuffed that out. So all considering, it was pretty up and down, but we showed that we're going to work well as a team, and I showed that I'm here to try to win some races like usual. Nothing new there. So I'll take a 5th considering.
Absolutely, and it just goes to show you never get comfortable or relax for even a second at Daytona. So
Right.
definitely a crazy day for you, but you pulled on the top 5, so that's definitely awesome. We are now moving on to our, actually we do not have our 4th place driver. Let's talk to our 3rd place driver, Jersey Devil. So, Jersey, you kind of dusted off the old truck after sitting out the summer season, and you're back, and you come home with the top 3. So, how does it feel to be back in the vehicle?
It feels great. Come home 3rd after a disappointing Daytona last year, after winning a stage last year. Today it didn't start so hot. Ran out of fuel on the first stage there. Came across the line in 8th. Think I was 5th in the second stage, and led a couple laps there. Late in the second stage, tried to do some blocking. That was fun. I don't know who I was blocking, but I was blocking. And, it was a good race all around. I worked very well with my teammates, Blaze, Seabass, Walmart. Good guys to have around you. They're all fast. And, I wish I could have worked with Blaze on the last restart there, but I lined up 3rd and he lined up 4th. So when you're side by side, you kind of can't do anything about that. And then it looked like 1st and 2nd didn't try anything, and I didn't try anything because I didn't want to lose any spots, so I just pushed them guys. didn't want to drop back or have a wreck like I did last year and finish 18th, 16th, wherever the hell I was last year. But them lap cars, man. The lap cars that like to sit in the draft with the leaders, they need to exit the exit the line and just let the lead lap cars fight it out. That's the only thing. I'm rambling on like Clint Boyer does here, but anyway, go to the next guy. It was a good race, so I'm happy to come home third.
Absolutely. Definitely after being out of the truck for that long, it's definitely awesome to come back with the top three. It seemed to be the MSJ Motorsports versus Blur Racing racing team there. So it was awesome to watch you guys battle it out. All right. Before we get to our top two, I believe we have at least one of our rookies and another returning member. So let's talk to Johnny first. Johnny, you got a copy there, buddy?
I got you.
Well, Johnny, you finished outside the top 10 today. Definitely you're another one that kind of sat out summer season, came back. I'm sure there was a little rust, but you're back on the track. So tell us how it felt to be in your first race back.
I mean, it felt great. Along with some other people at the beginning of the race, I kind of got blocked out by the car that lagged out, and then just kind of ran around the track in stage one, finished around. Don't know where I finished. Stage two kind of got messed up at when whoever was ran out of fuel, put me in a bad spot, so I came around, pushed the guy that ran out of fuel all the way back to pit road, which unfortunately put me 5 laps down. So rest of the race, I was just out there racing, trying to make up spots if I could.
All right. Well, you definitely had a good showing today. Definitely a lot of improvement or a lot of room for improvement for next week. But glad to see you back in it, and can't wait to see what you can do next week.
Yeah.
All right. Now we are with our rookie, one of the 3 rookies in today's race, Mr. Sideswipe. You got a copy, buddy?
Yes, sir.
All right, Mr. Sideswipe, today was your rookie debut in the Truck Series and Fast Family Racing. You definitely you finished outside the top 10, so I'm sure you weren't completely happy with your finish, but it's your first race ever, and definitely just logging some laps around the track today. So tell us how your debut went.
I do apologize. Yeah, we had a very, very fast Advocare F-150, and early going in the race, lots of people hit the apron. I made some good moves by myself on the outside. Lots of people brake checking unnecessary moves that they were making up front. You have those idiots on the racetrack all the time. Nothing but an Iraq and Ricky on the racetrack. So hopefully they get shoved in the fence at Dover.
All right, some strong words from the rookie. He definitely had an up and down day in his first start, but we can't wait to see what he and the other 2 can do for the rest of the season. It is a long one. So moving on, we have our second place driver. So Mr. Puzzle Nose, we saw you up front all day long. You were part of the top 4 there that just stayed glued to the front, led a ton of laps. But you ended up pushing your teammate to the win today. So tell us how your race went today.
Well, first off, I gotta say congrats to Expert. I know how I felt getting my first win, and it's only fitting that he should get his first win at the first race of his first full-time season. So I have to congratulate him. I mean, he drove one heck of a race, and he did a lot with pit strategy. But man, our guys were fast today. Even Johnny, who was stuck towards the back most of the race, he was bad fast when he was up there with us, contending with like a bunch of I can't even think right now. A bunch of Walmart Ricky's teammates, and all of our guys were fast today. And I can't thank our racing team enough for giving me the opportunity to race. And yeah, our day was great. I couldn't have asked for a better day. 6th and 2nd in stages, and that's given us a lot of points, and then finishing 2nd in the race. We were bad fast, had a great strategy, and unlike most races from the summer series, we actually had a good pit strategy. So I'm all smiles right now. I'm pretty darn happy with where we finished, and congrats to Expert again. I can't wait to get him at Dover.
Absolutely. I'm sure that you were so glad to be able to put a whole race together. And you definitely did some work in the off season for that, and you definitely have a team around you now. So, congratulations on the very good points day today.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. All right, we are here in Victory Lane with the first time ever winner in Fast Family Racing and the Fast Family Truck Series, Expert Racing. Man, after last season, you came very close a bunch of times, but you finally got it done today at Daytona. Tell us how it feels to finally win.
Oh my God, it's amazing. Jesus, I don't even know where to start. I was in part-time last year. Puzzled helped me out a lot. Iceman gave me a chance by drafting me this year, so we felt like we had a good season moving forward since me and Puzzle already had that chemistry going on. Um, I came so close in the summer season at Daytona. I finished second and was right there, side by side, battling for the win, coming to the line. And now to come here, first full-time season, and be able to do it here and pick up that win. God, it was amazing. I got to thank all my teammates. Definitely Puzzled. Johnny helped out with fuel strategy a lot. I got to thank everybody at Blur Racing Team. They put a very fast number 3 Blue Lives Matter not Chevrolet, Ford together. It's just, I can't believe it at this point. I'm so happy at this point. I got criticized so much last year about not being able to put it together, and now starting out this year and starting out strong. I feel like this could be a possible championship campaign, and I'm so excited for it.
Well, you definitely started out the season on the right foot, getting win at race number 1. So, assuming you make the amount of races and points required, this win will punch you into the playoffs. So, you still have 19 more races left in the regular season. So, assuming you make it in the playoffs locked in on the win, what is your approach for the next 19 races?
Just be able to stay consistent. That's the biggest thing that you got to be here. I know there's a lot of places that I'm not going to be good at as far as like the road courses and stuff like that. I know I'm going to struggle at some of those places, but head into Dover next week. I'm confident there. I've always liked Dover. That's always been a place that I've really liked. Michigan is a good place. I'm fast at the I think in my debut last year at Martinsville, I showed I'm fast at short tracks. Just got to keep the truck together and make sure we make the right adjustments so we don't get into some incidents. So as long as we stay consistent and mistake free for the next few races and just understand when we need to be conservative and when we need to be aggressive, I think it'll be great. Like I said, Blur Racing Team's put a great team together for this year, and they provide us with some great trucks. So it's definitely going to be a fun season. It's going to be one to keep an eye on Blur Racing Team for.
Absolutely. Well, we cannot wait to see what you do for the rest of the season. Good luck with that, and good congratulations again on your first win.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
All right, well, folks, that's going to wrap it up for the first race of Season 4. This was the Truck Series, race number 1 at Daytona. We will see you guys back next week with the Truck Series at Dover. And but you don't have to wait till then to catch Fast Family Racing action. Tomorrow night, the Cup Series takes on the Daytona 500. We got a large field of new, old champions, all kinds of drivers coming for that race. So check that out. And also, don't go too far because on Wednesday, the National Series will be having their race 1 here at Daytona. So stay tuned for the rest of Daytona week. And we'll see you next week also for the race at Dover. I am Mr. Slidejob 1996, and this was Fast Family Racing Truck Series at Daytona.